What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 106 of Next Gen News Week. I guess actually the past month or so it's been Next Gen News bi-weekly because, we always seem to skip an episode and then come back for another one. And we have lots of news to talk about as always. But my name is Mitch. Joining me as always, Richard.
Hello.
Michael. Michael's microphone's cutting out. And Chase.
Oh, hello.
But Michael said howdy, howdy. I heard him.
Howdy, howdy.
There we go. Okay. He's working again.
Howdy, howdy.
He's working again. So we have a jam-packed show for this week. We have Grand Theft Auto leaks. For a little behind on getting to that hot button issue as far as going back over some of the game announcements from the week of the Nintendo Direct, because we prioritized that one and there was a lot of other stuff that happened we got to go back and talk about. But as always, before we get into the news, what has everyone been playing these past I guess it has been 2 weeks. Michael, would you like to start us off?
Fortnite, Splatoon 3, a little bit of Mario Super Strikers thanks to a GameFly sale. I think that's really been it.
How are you liking Mario Strikers?
It definitely strikes me as not the strongest in the series. I think I like 2 better, but it's still fun.
I couldn't get the controls down for it. I was like, this is it's not for me. But yeah, Richard, what about you?
Oh man, I feel like I've been playing a lot, but probably not. A little bit of Fortnite. The new Battle Pass came out, so I've basically just been playing a little bit every week. Because if you do all the weeklies and everything, at least in my experience, you get about 10 levels. So about 10 levels a week just doing the weeklies. So not spending too much time there. I've been playing Stardew Valley. I'm almost at 100% on the Switch on that one. I know there's supposed to be an update coming, or at least that's what Eric said. He said it'll be ready when it's ready. Of course, he's working on that other title. But yeah, I hadn't, when it first came out, I played it and it did 100%. But he's added quite a bit since then, so I'm trying to get that back at 100%. And then I've been playing the first Monkey Island because I got the newest one. I'm a huge Monkey Island fan, but before I play the third one, I want to go back because it's been a long time since I played the first 2, and I know they kind of did the whole like they do with horror movies. They're like, forget these other 8 sequels. This is the third one, so I'm gonna go back and play the first 2, which is funny. I found that you can play the first 2 Monkey Islands on Xbox and PlayStation, but you can't on the Switch. But the third one only came out on the Switch and not the PlayStation or the Xbox. So I thought that was kind of weird. Of course, I'm playing them all on PC anyway. And then, what else? Seems like I was doing Dreamlight Valley. I mean, I'm just going to say Dreamlight Valley. I could talk the whole show.
Need to give Richard a special episode just for talking about Disney.
It's everything that Animal Crossing should have been.
I don't know.
I felt in Animal Crossing, I felt like I was doing a lot of things and I didn't really understand why I was doing them. In Dreamlight Valley, it's essentially the same thing, but I feel like there's a point behind it all.
What's the point behind it all?
It's all associated with character quests and stuff.
Okay.
It's getting a little bit grindy now. I think there might be a little bit of a balancing issue. You take something like Stardew Valley, and let's say you need X amount of iron. You can take a trip through the mines, and you can get that relatively quickly. Whereas if you need like an ass ton of iron in Dreamlight Valley, the loop is a little bit difficult. You can level up one of your friends to add 2 things, like for instance, like Scrooge McDuck. I have him where he comes, I can go get him and he'll go with me if I go mining. And then depending on what level he is, he'll spawn, more stuff. So you would think that, well, you just grab that guy, then you go mining and get a lot of iron ore. He really doesn't duplicate iron ore. He mainly duplicates gems and stuff like that, which is good for building up money, but not for iron. There's no real quick way I've found to get iron. And the only way you can get it is to buy it. So there are aspects that get a little grindy, but the story is absolutely beautiful. I don't want to spoil it, but it's very endearing and heartwarming.
Well, there you go.
It's the plot of Hook.
Okay.
That might not make sense, but if you play it, you'd put 2 and 2 together.
Does it actually include Peter Pan and Captain Hook, though?
At the present, I have not seen anything that kind of steers that way.
Or is
There's
Robin Williams in this in this game?
I'm trying. I'm trying. He would have loved it. I'm trying to think. There's only 17 characters right now. Of course, the title screen has characters that haven't appeared yet. And I know at that D20 or whatever that Disney did here recently, they did say that Buzz and Woody are coming shortly. But man, there is. Okay, this isn't a spoiler. So you go into the Enchanted Castle, and there are doors that lead to different realms. There's only 4 realms available right now. You've got the Frozen realm, Wally's realm, Ratatouille's realm, and another realm that I'm drawing a blank on. But there are, I'm wanting to say, at least a good 50 or 60 doors in the Enchanted Castle that have vines on them. So I don't know how far or how much they're going to include with this, but I mean, if that's any indication, this should be huge.
I mean, they definitely have
unlock them all with the Keyblade.
I haven't seen Keyblade or Sora or anything like you. It's Dreamlight. That's like the. It's not the premium currency. Those are Moonstones. Oh, and I did the Battle Pass. I completed the Battle Pass, so I got all the Pixar event stuff.
Cool.
I've put like 30 or 40 hours into it since it came out. Like I've got the only 2 characters that I haven't gotten yet are Anna and Elsa. And that's the only reason is because I simply haven't went into the Frozen world to get them yet. And that's just because I've got a backlog of quests. There's so much stuff to do for different people. So
sounds very intimidating.
I'm trying to ration it out.
Jace, you're known for playing several games a day or a week. So what have you been playing? I'm sure it's a list.
I did. I actually made a list, and I'm not gonna talk about everything because it's a long list. So yeah, I did finish up Soul Hackers 2, incredible dungeon crawler, turn-based JRPG. Voice acting is really superb. I hope Atlas continues with this series. After that, I played this cool adventure platformer called Adventures of Chris, and it's a game about a little chubby boy who gains abilities and learns magic to save the world from a vampire kid.
Oh, me.
Yeah, I mean, it's got like a lot of good humor and like really interesting boss fights. I thought it was pretty fun. And next up, I played Timesia, which is a newer like Soulsborne game, and a lot of reviewers have hailed this as a great Soulsborne indie clone with lots of fun builds. The game's not very long, but it's extremely well done. Very intricate levels. The boss fights are great. If you're like a Souls fan, you should probably check that out.
It's not long, but it's only like $30 though, right?
Yeah, it was like $30 at launch, and then yes, used copies are popping up for like $20. I think it's actually on GameFly right now for $20 for a PS5. So yeah, and alongside the announcement of Cyberpunk DLC, CD Projekt Red announced a fun little endless runner game called Roach Race, where you have to jump over and avoid obstacles. And at one point, I was in the top 1% of players, but I'm sure like I'm way lower than that list now because it's been out for like a month. Let's see. One of the PlayStation Plus games this month is a cool black and white photography game called Toem, which are using your camera to solve and document things as well as using items to progress your story. A free DLC for that either just came out or is out very soon. I need to check out that DLC when it happens, but it was a really, really cool game. I played the Pac-Man World remake that came out earlier this month. I love a good like 2.5D platformer, lots of collectibles. They improved the UI, fine-tuned mechanics, updated the visuals. This retails for about $30 as well. It was a lot of fun. After that, I played Rainbow Billy, Curse of the Leviathan, and man, this was a great surprise. I picked this up; it was on sale for like $14. And I thought it was going to be just like a platformer, but it is so much more. Like the graphics remind me of like Paper Mario meets like Cuphead or like older Disney shorts. The battles are turn-based with like mini game style attacks. Each battle in the game is unique. Like every single battle in the game is unique. Other than the boss battles, each battle one recruits a new monster to your team, which is played as an upgradable token for like future battles. It's filled with lots of great puzzles, overall great story, and about making friends, working together as a team, overcoming and defeating your inner fears and worries. Um, like I said, I got 3 or 4 more games I'll play this week, but I mean, I'll talk about those next week. So
I mean, go for it.
no.
Okay.
I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. For me, it's been Fortnite news. Like Richard said, new season. They added Splatoon content, which pretty much just means you can turn into a blob and float around. Splatoon 3. I want to say so. I had Saturday off. My buddy John and we started playing Splatoon 3. I want to say about 2 in the afternoon for the Splatfest, and we didn't stop playing until 2 in the morning. I mean, legitimately nonstop. Like, we only stopped to eat dinner and got back on that game. I kind of talked about it in our group chat, but like you as you're playing with your team, you get XP for having like your friends in there too, and then occasionally you'll get these conch shells. What?
Sorry. You said that you get XP if your friend, like literally, like Fortnite's doing that now too.
Yeah. Well, I think Fortnite's been doing it for years, but this is like I think they did it.
Well, no, it's like some kind of rally fest thing.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like
that too. But you get these conch shells every couple times that you win that you use for like they have this little pachinko machine that you get like rewards out of. But anyway, you keep all your conch shells, and then occasionally you'll randomly get dropped into a match that gives you 10 times XP, and then even more rarely it'll give you a match where like you'll get into a match where it gives you 100 times XP, and if you get in one of those matches, it actually wipes away all of your conch shells. So everyone has to have conch shells or it won't do it. And then if your team gets into a match for 100 times XP versus an enemy team that also gets 100 times XP, then it goes into a match where the winner gets 333 times XP. And we got that match one time and won, and instead of getting like 1,200 to 2,000 XP like we would normally get, we got 840,000 XP. And
Wow.
yeah, it was crazy. I have it on video. It was crazy. But then they split the Splatfest in half, and then so like the first half of it is just like a regular Splatfest where you're just doing like turf war with another team. The teams were broken up into 3. It was Team Gear. Let me back up. It was for what do you find most useful to bring with you to a deserted island? Was it gear, fun, or food? Pretty much, and it came down between Team Fun and Team Gear, which is the only team anyone should have chosen because it's the only team with common sense in it. This actually kind of bleeds into the first thing I was going to talk about. I was going to merge it all together. But we were behind, and then we came back and won, and then so yeah, my win streak continues for Splatfest. But anyway, the last thing I've been playing, or a couple last things, my friend John and I also have been going back and playing all of the old Donkey Kong Country games. So we finished all of Donkey Kong Country 1. I think I talked about that the last time we did the show. I can't remember. And then we are halfway through Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy Kong's Quest right now. And then I've been playing Undertale, trying to do a genocide route, but things keep happening to where I have to reset the game. For this is now the 3rd time I've had to reset the game, and so one day I'll get to finish the genocide route, or actually I probably won't get to finish the genocide route because I've seen what the final boss does, and I am very dyslexic with arrow keys, so I probably won't even be able to finish it. And we lost Michael, but Michael's
He's back.
He's back.
That was weird.
That was very weird. Well. I already talked a little bit about the Splatoon thing. Yeah, team. If you didn't choose Team Gear, you chose the wrong team because you can't live off of fun on a deserted island. So, anyway,
me.
Did you pick a team, Michael?
I didn't have a chance to. Didn't play in time.
What the heck? What would you have chosen?
Gear.
Okay, thank God. I don't want to have to smack you through this camera. I'm kidding. Anyway, first official news of the week is that E3 2022 or 2023 is coming back, and that means that everything's going to be kind of condensed next year as far as like game announcements and stuff. Hopefully, instead of this long drag where it gets spread out over the course of how many months did we do this? Like 3 months now of just like randomly getting these announcements coming out. I was trying to see if they actually posted, like, I think, yeah, they posted the dates on here. It's from June 13th through June 16th. And on the 15th is when the public can start going to E3. Do y'all want to go to E3 next year or what?
No.
Yeah.
I don't, I'm kind of curious if it'll even do well.
Well, it's no longer being controlled by the ESA, so hopefully it'll do better.
We went through COVID and people were like, you know what? I really don't like having a job and working. So they just stopped. And I mean, how do we know that's not going to be the same thing for E3? They're like, man, all those crowds and, the people pushing, shoving, you got to fly, you got to, I liked it better when I could just see it on my TV. I just wonder if that's going to have that same kind of,
I don't know. Like, I prefer the whole sitting at home thing. I just like it when all the news is condensed into like 1 week, where like you could take a week off work if that's what you wanted to do, and just have like your little Christmas blowout of all your game announcements, instead of like, oh, last minute there's a Nintendo Direct on a random Tuesday. Oh, PlayStation conveniently is doing something the same day, but how often does that actually ever happen? Or like, so spread out, like you have to just plan like 3 months worth of windows around that kind of stuff.
I just don't like crowds.
Me either. But it's like one of those things you want to do one time. But
people are rude. Some people smell. It's it's hard
people,
Sorry.
all of them smell.
They really do.
Every single one.
They show up in like cosplay and they're like, yeah, my character smells really bad in the game, so I'm going to smell really bad.
Also, I haven't washed this costume in like 18 years.
It's an immersive experience.
I know. That sounds bad. Have y'all ever been to a Comic-Con
Mario.
before?
I come from a sewer.
Y'all ever been to Comic-Con or anything like Comic-Con before?
I've been something similar.
Yeah.
I've been
inside a porta potty. Yeah.
And that, once again, there's too many people there. I don't.
In the porta potty. You're right.
Yep.
Yeah. I went to the Nashville Comic and Horror Festival several years ago, and also went to the first Nashville Comic-Con, and those places stinky. Yeah. But I got to meet Norman Reedus, and I got to meet Chandler Riggs, and I told him, Chandler, I don't hate you, but I hate Carl. And then he signed a comic book for me. So I mean, but yeah,
I was gonna go to one that was in Kentucky, but it got canceled or something like that, and I was amped for that because William Zabka and Ralph Macchio were gonna be there.
I heard everything you said, but somehow I really just focused on the word Zap, and I really thought you were going to say the guy who voiced Zap Brannigan in Futurama.
No, William Zabka. He's Johnny Lawrence from Karate Kid, Cobra Kai. I think it's so funny. It's like, you're a little kid, you watch Karate Kid, and you're like, man, Daniel's awesome. He stands up to the bullies, and I want to be like Daniel. And then when you're an adult and you watch Cobra Kai, you're like, holy shit, I grew up to be Johnny. It's this weird sort of.
Well, jumping on to our next topic here, one of the events that we had missed talking about was Ubisoft Forward that happened, and I think we kind of just brushed on it because if you weren't an Assassin's Creed fan, I think you really there wasn't really much in here for you. But we had Assassin's Creed Infinity revealed. Which everyone got their feudal Japan Assassin's Creed game that they have been wanting for, I guess, forever. I don't know Assassin's Creed. Richard, you're Assassin's Creed guy, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I have them all.
The collection. What do you think about
even the little 2D side scrolling that they did for like the Russia? There was Russia, China, and something else I can't remember.
Yeah, so we had Assassin's Creed Codename Red, which is the Japanese one, and then Codename Hex, which is German. There you go. Thank you. What do you think about these two Assassin's Creed titles?
I love to see it. I don't know. It's the thing I worry about with Ubisoft is like fatigue, because I could not get into Far Cry 6. I've tried multiple times, and I don't know if it's just story or what, but I feel like I've done it before. So, it's kind of hard to get in that mindset with Assassin's Creed because the stories are, spread out all across time, and that it feels different enough in that regard, but I don't know. I hope they shake things up a little bit. So I'm glad that it's coming, but I don't want to go too hard into it because, I don't want them to end up Saints Row. So I'm going to wait and see more. But no, I mean, Assassin's Creed, Resident Evil, I like my two big ones. So I'm excited to see more.
Yeah.
But not too much more. I hate this thing where, games get delayed for like 3 years now, and you got to watch trailers and stuff for 3 years. And it gets to a point where it's just like, just put it out. Stop working. Stop spending time making damn trailers.
Yeah. Well, there was also Assassin's Creed Mirage, which was leaked ahead of this, which is it's a smaller game, but it takes place before Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's in Baghdad. I almost said Iraq. It's in Baghdad.
Yeah, it's Basim's origin story.
Yeah,
that means something to someone that's not me. But
I'm a little disappointed. I mean, like I'm sort of disappointed about that. I didn't want that. I mean, I did want it, but I didn't want it. I wanted a reboot of the first one. And I mean, they look very similar. It's almost the same time period, almost in the same general area. But that's the only one that you can't play on anything right now, I don't think. I think that's kind of... Is it?
I think the Assassin's Creed
I'd have
games
to
are
look.
on Game Pass.
I feel like that's kind of like locked behind like 2 generations ago or something like that. So I thought maybe that would have, if Last of Us could get remade after 7 years, I mean, surely the Assassin's Creed 1 could get remade after 13 years. So yeah, I kind of wish that we'd have gotten a remake of the first Assassin's Creed. I think that would have been cool.
If it's not on Game Pass, you can buy it digitally from the Xbox store.
And play it on the Series X and S?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I got all my... no.
No.
I got all my trophies and everything on the PlayStation. I need it on Sony.
There was also a mobile game called Assassin's Creed Codename Jade. It's an open world mobile game. Did I read that right? Yeah, open world Assassin's Creed for mobile. God, I still don't know how I feel about mobile games, like just that are not like card games and stuff like that. Like, I'm not ready for major titles to make the jump over to mobile because it's like, this is a phone. Yeah. I'd rather play it on a television.
Exactly.
I think they should treat it the same way they treated the DS back in the day. Like, if they're going to make a title game available for the DS, it should also be available for console PC.
Yeah, it just takes forever to, like, I mean, you have to split off development teams to do all of that stuff. But, yeah, I mean, Call of Duty's doing it. I guess Assassin's Creed's doing that. It's only a matter of time before EA does it. Or Disney Dreamlight Valley comes to mobile.
Or mobile should be like a cloud version or something.
It'd probably run better than the cloud version on the Switch. But that's all I got to say about it. Another Assassin's Creed. It's the last one. The Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the last chapter, will tie up the loose ends of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That is a free update. I guess that's already out now. But you could... get all the story bits that you need to get you held over till Mirage comes out, probably early next year. And then everything else is not Assassin's Creed related. There's Mario Rabbids content. It's getting DLC that involves Rayman, it'll be the first time Rayman has appeared in I don't know how long, but it'll also be a clash of mascots between Rayman and Mario in a new game. But yeah, that's all DLC for it. Skull and Bones, which is coming out November 8th. Horrible timing, comes out a day before God of War Ragnarok comes out. But if you guys want to play a fancy new pirate game, I'm going to be picking this up. We can all play it together. It'd be like Sea of Thieves, but realistic.
Oh, I hope it's not like Sea of Thieves. Well, I was so amped for that game. You got to have like 6 people.
We got 4 right here. That's all we need, 4 people. And
yeah, but how long have we been trying to play Fortnite and like all these other things? Let's not.
That's true.
I'm sure if I wanted to play Splatoon 3, we'd play that damn thing like right after the podcast ends. But
oh, dude, my Switch is right there. It's ready to go. No,
exactly.
No, I'm taking a break from Splatoon. Like I swear to God, I played that game all weekend long. Like I wanted to check my time. I forgot to before I got in here, but I know for a fact I played that game for 12 hours straight on
When
Saturday.
is Skull and Bones? When is that coming out again?
November 8th.
November 8th. I'll have to look into it more.
And then God
like
of War
I said,
Ragnarok comes out November 9th.
I don't want to. Oh, well, never mind.
It's over. Trackmania, which is currently a PC exclusive, is coming out on everything later or into 2023. Everything. Just Dance 2023. I want to give a special shout out to Just Dance 2023 because they shared that same trailer in the Nintendo Direct that we live streamed, and whatever song they used, copyright strike the video. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
No, just mad. I already didn't care about Just Dance. Now I really don't care about Just Dance. Just make me mad.
Just don't.
Yeah. There's a new free-to-play Rainbow Six game coming out for mobile. Closed beta has already started, but it's pretty much a mobile version of Rainbow Six Siege. Division Heartland is getting another testing phase. Division 2 Season 10. That game I cannot believe is on Season 10. Riders Republic, The Crew, all getting new DLC. Brawlhalla is getting a Castlevania crossover event. That's kind of cool if you're a Brawlhalla fan. It's like
I tried to.
It's like a knockoff Smash Brothers. Reminds me of Multiverses.
Yeah. No, I can't. I'm not singing praises anymore. Like, I see these games and I really want to get into them, and then at the end of the day, I'm like, this is just like Smash. I can't get into it. I want to. I really want to. If it's Castlevania, I may check it out just because I love. That's like my. I said my favorite series were Assassin's Creed and Resident Evil. That's like one of my favorite legacy series. I consider Castlevania to be dead. So,
well, it's not quite dead because it's coming to Brawlhalla.
It's dead, Mitch.
Wait,
it's dead.
You know what though? Hold up. So they were adding Simon Belmont and Alucard to Brawlhalla, which means that Brawlhalla and Smash Brothers take place in the same universe. Which I guess already made sense because Rayman is in Brawlhalla, and so are Yooka-Laylee. So, I mean...
Castlevania is dead. They had this awesome-ass Netflix cartoon, and like there's a follow-up cartoon coming, and everybody loves it, but they're like, yeah, we won't make a game. Why would we do that? That would be stupid.
Yeah, just like we're never going to remake or make a new Silent Hill game.
Yeah.
But they might be, but...
Make money for a fan base? You're fired.
How could
let's
they?
make Plumber Sim 2022 or something.
Plumber Sim. Oh my god. That's funny.
Not Plumber Sim. What was it? Is pressure washing.
Super Mario
pressure washing sim. No, farming, here's the No, we didn't talk about last week. We didn't have a last week. Did we ever talk about the Nintendo Direct?
We did a whole live stream on it.
We did. That's great. Looking back, there was a slew of like farming simulators coming out, and I kind of like. I think that's the thing now because it satisfies that the millennial mindset is you'll never have a home, you'll never get a decent wage, and all that stuff, and that's true to a certain extent, but I think that fills that desire, and that's why there's so many. Look at how many millennials play video games, and I mean that's a genre that fulfills that kind of emptiness, which is really sad. But they're making money off of it, which means if you're in that situation, you're a millennial that thinks you'll never own a home. You need to make one of these games.
Yeah, you're gonna make a farming simulator game where you build farming simulators.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's it, man. That's genius.
It's hard to tell if Richard saw that article about the farming simulator to make farming simulators or not.
Oh, was it an actual thing?
It was on
It
a hard
was a
drive.
hard. It was a hard.
Oh yeah, okay. Now I didn't see it, but I think that's genius.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me at this point.
I would love to just like work for a hard drive and just make bullshit articles constantly.
They're diversifying it because there's like some kind of like a little witch potion game that's sort of like a farming simulator, but it's not. It's more like you're a little witch that makes potions, and it's more like alchemy and stuff. But it's definitely like a derivative. And then the Stardew Valley guy with the Haunted Chocolatier, you have like, I guess you play your own version of Willy Wonka. So it's kind of like an offshoot of like the whole farming simulator, but that genre is like really branching out. I wonder if there's going to be farming elements in GTA 6. There should be.
You're farming drugs.
It did work well at GTA 5.
No. I will never forgive whatever happened to my cocaine lockup in that game. Still just gets under my skin. All right, let's jump over to PlayStation State of Play. This happened the same day as the Nintendo Direct. I made an empty promise that we were going to live stream this and then didn't do it. And then, but I also didn't feel bad because it was also like 20 minutes long and not worth the effort, to be honest. But anyway, we got a new announcement trailer for Tekken 8. You'd be surprised that Kazuya is in this game, which means that Nintendo and Sony take place in the same universe. There was a new announcement for Like a Dragon Ishin, which the bigger story here is that the Yakuza games are no longer going to be called Yakuza. They're all going to be called Like a Dragon to kind of get away from, which is what it's called in Japan, but in the West it was called, it makes, in my head, I say the West, it means here, but like the way my head looks at a map, we're east of Japan, but anyway, I'm also dyslexic. So anyway, the West, us, we call it Yakuza. It's no longer called Yakuza anymore. It's called Like a Dragon. That's the bit. That's the whole thing. Anyway, only coming to PS4 and PS5 early next year. February 2023 is absolutely stacked, by the way. We should do it. Next week, we're probably going to be looking at a lot of this stuff. New trailer for God of War Ragnarok. I'm not watching it. I don't want to be spoiled on anything. But
have you finished the first one yet?
No, but I don't want to be spoiled on the second one. I know what happens in the first game. That's why it takes so long to get through it. Like, I know what's happening. But anyway, again, coming out November 9th, there's a limited edition DualSense controller for God of War Ragnarok. I don't know if any one of y'all are planning on buying another controller.
I'm actually refreshing Amazon right now, waiting for it to pop up. It should be popping up any second.
That's fine. Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge Enhanced Edition is coming to PlayStation VR 2. There's a game called Demio coming to PSVR 2. Hogwarts Legacy is getting PlayStation exclusive content, which, they say that they don't like people making things exclusive, and then they do shit like this. Pacific Drive, which is a debut game from Ironwood Studios. They talked about PlayStation Stars, but that's just, they got rid of some other feature that people weren't using to put another feature in that people are probably not going to use. Bandai Namco has announced a new game called Sin Duality, which, cool. A lot of stuff here, it's like hard to talk about because there's not much to really go off of. But PlayStation is publishing a game called Stellar Blade, which is last year was called Project Eve, which we all thought was like is that the game we thought was like part of some other series that it actually
Parasite Eve.
Parasite Eve, yeah, okay.
Yeah, we thought it was that, but it kind of looks like that, but it's completely different game.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
Sony is publishing Rise of Ronin from Koei Tecmo, which is another PS5 exclusive coming out in 2024. But yeah, there was not like, this isn't like your 40-minute Nintendo Direct where they announced like literally a game every minute or whatever. Like, it was more focused on like, it was half of it was PSVR content, and then they kind of had to show God of War, I feel like, because they hadn't shown it in forever. and then they had to just kind of pad the rest of that. I thought that the last PlayStation Presents they did, where they showed off Resident Evil 4 Village, or not Resident Evil 4, but Resident Evil 4 Remake and Resident Evil Village for PSVR 2, all that stuff, I thought that was a more stronger state of play from them. But a side announcement from that, though, in regards to PlayStation VR 2, is that PlayStation VR 1 games are not going to be compatible with PlayStation VR 2, which is an absolute shame.
Because I actually have been purchasing PSVR 1 games because I was expecting it to be backwards compatible, and I guess it is not.
It's big sad. Because, I mean, sad. I don't know how much money I've spent on PSVR content, but
I think I've got like a dozen or so games, and I was expecting to play them, but not anymore.
Yeah, it's rude. What is it?
But I'm sure I'm sure some of those games will get an update.
I hope so. I think they will. Like stuff like
the more popular games.
Yeah, Beat Saber and Super Hot, they're like on everything. But like some of the other stuff that was like made specifically for PSVR 1, I don't know if they'll ever bring that stuff over. But Richard, I know well, go ahead. Sorry.
I wonder if the games are going to be longer. I remember I played that Batman VR, and from start to finish, that was maybe about 20 minutes.
I never played that one. I don't know. I mean, I hope they are. Like, I mean, I have a lot of high hopes for Horizon Call of the Mountain. I think that like as long as it's not like an on rails VR game and you can kind of actually explore like a little, I mean, not open world, but like you can just openly explore the game. I think that'd be really cool. But if it's like an on rails thing where you don't really get any freedom, it's gonna be kind of stupid.
I still got to see what it looks like because I wasn't the PSVR 1 headset. I couldn't play any longer than 20 minutes at a time.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It was kind of bad.
Yeah, it was.
But
so I'm hoping they have some kind of they work something out with like GameStop or somebody or Best Buy or I don't know. Do people still shop at Best Buy?
No.
No. Okay. Well, maybe GameStop.
A lot of Best Buy is going online.
Yeah, it's all online, and if you go in the store, it's like really bare bones. It's more of a fulfillment center now.
But yeah, here's the problem with PSVR. So if you wait to demo it at GameStop, then you're probably not going to get it because you waited.
When the PSVR 1 came out, they did a demo about a month or two before it came out at the GameStop where I used to live at. So I was like one of the first people in like in White House, which is not a big, not a big city or whatever. It's not like a real feat to say I was one of the first people in White House to demo a PSVR. But it was fun. It was the reason why I got one because of that. So, but when I didn't get one whenever it launched though, because there was not a lot of content for it. Console VR was not really a thing. So like,
and now there's No Man's Sky.
Yeah. There's No Man's Sky. There's Super Hot. There's Beat Saber. Which I would like to point out that Alex and Bree, or Alex and his fiance Bree, for people who don't know who that is, they had an Oculus Quest 2 or a Meta Quest, whatever it's called now. Beat Saber on that thing is awful compared to the PlayStation VR 1 version of that game.
Wow.
Like it doesn't look good. And I don't like the way that the Meta headset thing feels on my head. Like something about the PSVR 1 just felt better. I don't know. Maybe it's because all the hardware for the PSVR headset was built into like the little box and not really doing a lot going on the headset, where the Oculus is all in the headset and it just did not feel comfortable to play it. There's more games to play on the Oculus one, but the games that are on both of them feel like shit on the Oculus versus the PlayStation headset. Just something I'd like to point out. And I guess also that funny story about that dude leaving that Oculus Quest Pro or whatever in his hotel.
He left it. It was left it like outside of the hotel room, and like the guy thought it was trash, and he like picked it up and looked in the bag, and it was like, oh, this is the new Oculus that someone just like left out.
Man, that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of sucking, our last news story for the week.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful transition.
Yeah. You're welcome. Grand Theft Auto 6, the mythical game that we don't think is coming out to what is Richard's new number up to, like 2042 now or something.
Oh no, that was for Grand Theft Auto 7
okay.
when they announced it. Like they had like $2 billion in development.
Yeah.
Was that a hard drive article?
No.
$2 billion to develop a game. You might as well say we'll never get another Grand Theft Auto.
But they'll make it back in like a week. So I mean, it's okay.
I don't even know if I want another Grand Theft Auto.
Well, anyway, Grand Theft Auto 6 was a part of this massive leak that Take-Two suffered back on, I guess it was not this past Sunday, but the one before that, where someone got into like a Slack channel and went through them and leaked 90 different pre-development videos of Grand Theft Auto 6 online, to the point where Rockstar had to come out and confirm that they actually are working on Grand Theft Auto 6, because I think they were the longest time like just saying we're working on the next Grand Theft Auto, but they were like, yeah. So yeah, this is like a long article here breaking down all of this other stuff. It's kind of like a timeline of everything that happened. Yeah, Rockstar officially confirmed that they were working on GTA 6 back in February, or the next Grand Theft Auto in February. The announcement from this leak or whatever got them to say, we recently suffered a network intrusion in which an unauthorized third party legally accessed and downloaded confidential information from our systems, including early development footage for the next GTA. At this time, we do not anticipate any disruption to our live game services, nor any long-term effect on the development of our ongoing projects. And they're really extremely disappointed to have any details of our next game shared with you all in this way, so on and so forth, Rockstar. But the point, and I haven't looked at any of these videos. I haven't really gone looking for them, but I want to. But a lot of people say this game actually looks really polished for this being early development footage of the game, leading people to believe it's actually a lot further along than they would want you to believe that it is. But yeah, obviously it's going to be really hard to find the videos of it because, YouTube and whoever are copyright striking all of this stuff. And now the FBI is involved because the same guy also tried to hack into Uber to steal some other information from.
But they confirmed it was that 17-year-old kid.
Oh, was it? Okay. Yeah, so he was. They said that we believe this attacker is affiliated with a hacking group called Lapsus, which has been increasingly active over the last year or so. I think I saw something else about how they had gone after like Microsoft and Apple or something too. Just like this, whoever this kid is, like he's just, I don't know if he's just bored or like just what drives somebody to act like this. Like
he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Dude, you've got that much knowledge and know how to do all that shit, and you're not using it to make money. I mean,
he was trying to get money out of Rockstar.
Well,
or somebody.
That didn't work out.
He said, "No, you owe us money."
Hey, look, do I go get a job at a bank or do I try and rob the bank? What's the? I mean, that's
exactly. The more heartwarming side of this is, obviously people saw these videos. They went hunting for these videos, and they're like, it's early development footage. And yeah, I did say that it supposedly looked really good. But, people look at this and go, man, this game looks like shit. I can't believe Rockstar spending $2 billion in development on this game, and it looks like this and stuff like that. Like, people don't understand how game development works. So, Richard, I know you have only started your kind of getting into game development thing, but do games look really polished whenever you're first developing them, or do they look like shit? Or not shit, but they don't look refined.
Well, one of the things that I learned in one of my classes is that you don't focus on art until you know you can do what you want to do. So when you go in, now what I'm doing is nothing Grand Theft Auto. It's more like Super Nintendo style, like 2D platformers. But that being said, yeah, you don't really want to go in and spend a lot of time dressing it up if you don't know if what you're going to do will work. So in my what I've done is I've actually just used art from other places just to put the pieces in order. So once all that's done, then I dress up. So I can see that, I would say that's definitely true.
I think
That
that's
art
why
is one of the last things you'd work on.
I think that's why you see a lot of like games, especially in development, they'll reuse assets from older games until they get like those new models put in place. Like Pokemon has been using the same trees from Mario 64 since Mario 64 came out. But they just don't go back and repolish those trees. But Grand Theft Auto, like, they're gonna work on fixing the graphics and stuff. But the heartwarming part of this is a lot of developers have actually been sharing pre-release footage of their games while they were in development to show people that like how their games look like crap also when they're in development, so people will shut up about it. Like the big ones, like Remedy put out like videos of Control, which yeah, so this is actually from somebody who goes by Bacon Sandwich on Twitter. Said I guess he works at Remedy. Says since graphics are the first thing finished in a video game, and Control won multiple awards for excellence in graphics, here was footage from the beginning of development. And yeah, it's just a woman running around in an office with no lighting and no particle effects, no anything, and it's like, yeah, that's what games look like. And the 1% of people that get on social media and bitch about it seem to have the loudest voice out there, because the other 99% of people
about anything and everything.
So you just if you're part of those people who think that this game looks bad, just shut up. Like, I have nothing else to say. You just shut up. It'll be out when it's ready, and you'll have something else to complain about. You'll be like, man, they didn't carry over my cocaine lockup from Grand Theft Auto 5, even though this isn't a completely new game. They'll find something to bitch about.
Didn't they confirm that it's a Vice City somehow in the leak?
I
was kind of disappointed by that.
But they haven't set the time zone for it, and everyone's always thought this was going to be like a mid-90s Vice City instead of it being like in the 80s.
I feel like they could have. That's expected. Everybody expected it to be Vice City. I feel like if they'd have done like a completely new city, that'd have blown people away.
Yeah. And then the whole thing about you having the dual protagonists that are like the Bonnie and Clyde thing, that's real too. But how
are you supposed to have sex?
With yourself, like normal?
Yeah, I mean, like you can. I guess I don't know. And do you still pick up prostitutes? Does it become like a three-way at that point? Like what are we doing here? Are they getting rid of that?
I would like to point out,
as long as they get paid, I'm sure they don't care.
I would like to point out that the past like 30 minutes, my camera has been like just unfocused on me, and the minute I start making sexual gestures,
there you go.
Back up on it.
So now we know how to fix it.
Yeah. Next time my camera gets all blurry, just start doing this. It'll fix itself. That's funny. But anyway, yeah. There was something else about like supposedly that the first trailer for this game was going to happen sometime in October. I feel like if they actually did just start development in February, that seems really close to whenever they announced it. But if it really is as far along as it looks in some of these videos that apparently I haven't watched them yet, then maybe it is. I think it's 2024. I don't think
if they just started development in February, what the hell have they been doing?
Taking some time off. Maybe
that doesn't work in the game industry.
When did Red Dead Redemption 2 come out? That was 2019.
500 years ago. It felt like. Yeah, but they don't do shit on that. They don't they don't do anything. And then as far as like GTA Online, they'll add cars and stuff, but I mean, how hard is that at this point?
Well, what I'm thinking is if they have the base of like the character models and stuff that they're bringing over from GTA 5, they're going to be working on. They've already got that. They've got Vice City pretty much already laid out. and modeled because they just reused it for GTA Vice City remake that came out last year, even though it was awful. They have it, so they don't have to
There was a Vice City remake that came out?
It was in the GTA collection that came out.
Oh,
last
that.
year.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't. That's not a remake. That was like a port, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, a port with
an upscale. Yeah.
Oh, an upscale.
You can polish a turd, but it's still a turd.
No, hey, whoa! When that game came out, it was a gem.
Well,
it just got turd because of age.
Yeah, I'm talking about the remake and how it looks. That was it. But anyway,
man, I wish I could play Grand Theft Auto San Andreas with the new engine. I loved that game. Carl Johnson.
Is San Andreas not one of the remake games?
It is.
No. I'm talking about in the new engine, man. I want it to look like GTA 5.
Oh, I think if you're talking about new engine gameplay wise, they made it play like GTA 5, but
no, but it don't look like GTA 5. That's what I meant. I want it to look like GTA 5.
They look like PlayStation 1 games with ray tracing. But yeah, I mean that's what it looks like. But yeah, so they've already got the world design, and they'll probably expand on it, but they've got the world design already made. They have the character models already made. So pretty much, and they've probably been sitting there brainstorming a story for God knows how long. And if you've got $2 billion to throw at a game, you probably have hundreds of people working on this. So I don't know. I'm not a game developer, so I don't know how long things take. So maybe I'm just wrong, but I mean, it'll be ready when it's ready. I think it'll still be, if it comes out next year, it'll be like late 2023. I think it'll be more of a 2024 game, but we'll have to see. I think that was pretty much all. There's like FBI got involved. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We gotta speed things along though, because Michael's gonna have to leave us soon. But thankfully, that is all the news for this week, and there's only one thing left to do other than plug social medias, and that is to play video game 20 questions for this week. This week's suggestion comes from me.
It's Banjo-Kazooie.
No. No. But yeah, whenever you guys are ready, let the questioning commence for this game.
Is it Banjo-Kazooie?
No.
Is it a series of games?
No.
Okay.
Throwing everybody for a curveball right now. Like, what is a not series of games Mitch likes?
So
who said it's something that I like too? It doesn't have to be, but anyway.
Was it released on a cartridge?
Yes.
Imagine that it's a Nintendo game.
Or a Genesis game.
Oh yeah. No, that was before.
Or it could be a Switch game.
Or Game Gear.
Yeah.
Well, that's Nintendo, but
It's
Genesis and Game Gear and stuff, that's before Mitch's time.
Who said it's something that like I like?
Because I've never heard you talk about any game prior to your time.
Maybe I just pulled a random game out of a hat.
You have a hat?
Is it a random game out of a hat?
No.
Okay.
Where is the hat? Need to know.
Was it released in your lifetime?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it an NES game?
Yes.
Wait, what? I thought you were born in like 93.
95.
Oh, 95. And it's NES?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, what? An NES game that came out in 95. I didn't even realize they were still making NES games in 95.
It's got to be one of those like Christian bootleg games.
Noah's Ark.
Titanic, the game.
Wow.
Clean your room
NES
simulator.
game in 95. What? This is not a Kirby game because it's not a series. Did this title ever branch out to other media?
No.
Is it a platformer?
Yes.
An NES game, an NES platformer from 1995. That's not a series.
I would like to point out that the question was this game released in my lifetime, not the year I was born?
Well, it had to be 95, man, because the Super Nintendo came out like in 92 or 93. Who was making original Nintendo? Oh, wait a minute. No. Sorry, I got into an argument in my own head there.
Glad you won.
Wow. I don't know if the questions made it more difficult or helped.
Right.
Do you play as an anthropomorphic protagonist?
No.
All right.
Wasn't one of the last games made for that like a Gradius ripoff?
Probably.
Shoot 'em up.
Is it Life Force?
No.
I think Life Force came out before 95. You know how hard it is not to Google right now. I've never wanted to Google before during this game, except now. Is it Star Tropics?
No.
Okay. I thought that was closer to that. That was like a one-shot thing.
That's 10 questions.
I feel like Star Tropics had a sequel.
Oh, shit. And that wasn't a platformer either. That wasn't a platformer, so I wasn't thinking about that. Is it MC Kids?
Oh my God, I love MC Kids.
No.
I know we've talked about that on the show before.
Oh, man.
I've been playing the
so
Cowabunga collection as well.
I want to.
Off topic,
I need to
but-
make an amendment to something that I said. I am terribly sorry.
Oh, there we go.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm gonna get y'all a question back from this because I typed something wrong in my notes, and this game came out before I was born.
Oh,
There you go.
yeah.
So sorry.
I had a feeling. You saw an NES game in '95. I was like,
Yeah, sorry. I was like, I need to go look at something, and then I saw that I was I was wrong on the date, and I typed in a 9 instead of another number. So anyway, you're at 9 questions.
well, standalone platformer during the NES days. It's not a series. This is a difficult one.
Mm-hmm.
Mappy Land. Is it Mappy Land?
No, but I will suggest that instead of guessing games, try to narrow down what game it is instead.
That's not working out for us, Mitch.
Mm-mm.
I couldn't have been Mappy Land. You said you're not an anthropomorphic character. Do you play as a person?
I want a clarification. What do we classify as anthropomorphic?
I would say like Star Fox would be anthropomorphic. Banjo Kazooie would be anthropomorphic. And that kind of Sly Cooper's anthropomorphic.
You do play as a human in this game.
Okay.
That's 10 questions.
Okay, because I was going to say Vector Man.
Ooh.
Is it not Vector Man?
Oh, no. Sorry.
Well, he's not human.
Did that come out for the Nintendo?
I don't remember if it was on Nintendo. I know it was on Genesis, and I want to say it's SNES.
Does it have RPG elements?
No.
All right.
That's
Well, then it's not Faxanadu.
Does it have collectibles like coins or?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it based on a movie tie-in?
No. That's 14.
That cuts out a lot.
They don't really do the movie tie-in games anymore. It's a lost art. Or like Last Action Hero and RoboCop.
This is a time period y'all haven't had to think about in a long time.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure you'll announce it. We'll be like, oh.
Someone will, yeah.
Was there a cartoon tie-in?
No. That's 15.
This is a really obscure game. There's like no tie-ins whatsoever. There was only one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone hated it.
They had to have.
Hmm.
Were any peripherals made for the game?
No.
Okay.
Does it have a futuristic sci-fi setting?
No.
What is that? We're at 18?
Yeah, that was 17.
What?
So you got two
Well,
questions and a
17,
guess
right.
left.
Hmm.
Do you play as a child?
Yeah.
Oh, Damn it. I was going to say Little Nemo, the Dream Master, but didn't they make a movie of that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's got the sequels as well.
Oh, did it? Oh,
Yeah, they turned him into a fish.
oh my gosh. That sounds
No,
terrifying.
no.
Oh, never mind. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
We have one question and a guess left.
Mm-hmm.
Is your main weapon a baseball bat?
No.
Damn it! Thought I had it.
Why is Michael's camera shaking so much?
It's because I'm.
Are you having an
moved to
earthquake?
My desk. Yeah,
He's getting nervous. He's like, I gotta go soon.
I do.
Well, all we got's a guess left. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I have no
I was going to
idea.
say Monster Party, but you use a baseball bat in that one, so.
Any other guesses?
A Boy and His Blob.
Nope, that had another one.
Well, I mean, it had a remake. I wasn't considered a series.
Chase, anything?
I can't think of anything.
Okay. So, this game was originally released as an arcade game in December 1986 before being ported to the NES a year later. This game features single player and multiplayer. It is a platformer. You collect bells in this game. It takes place in feudal Japan. You play as a ninja kid.
You motherfucker! Oh my god!
The game is Kid Nicky Radical Ninja. Richard's.
I was gonna say that, but I was like, man, like there's no way like Richard can't guess this.
I quit. Tendering my resignation.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, there's no way Richard wouldn't guess this. So I was like, no, it can't be that.
I
don't know. It seemed like low hanging fruit. I mean,
and Michael said, no one's ever heard of this game. Must be really well received or not well received. And this game is very well received. Online.
You can play it on the Switch right now.
You can play it on the Switch. You can play it on the PS4. Yeah, that was funny. That was a good one. So far, the only game y'all haven't gotten is one of Richard's favorite games.
However, I will say, hold on, is that you said it was not part of a series, and there's actually 3 Kid Nicky games.
Is there really?
There is.
Because when I go looking, there is no reference to any.
There
other
is
Kid
a Kid Nicky 2 and a Kid Nicky 3. They were never released in this country. I've played them through entirely legal emulation.
Well,
they're not as good as the first one. But.
Well, okay. Well.
Oh, okay. There we go. In Richard's defense.
Yeah. So
you were wrong on 2 counts, and we get a free point.
We win.
Yay!
I'll allow it. Anyway, well, that was fun. I'm glad I got that rise out of Richard. That was worth being wrong on that one. I know Michael's got to go. Michael, do you want to plug any social medias before you have to leave?
No, I think I'm gonna start closing down or incorporate open box into something else. Yeah, I just don't. I'm not as good as some of the other guys out there.
You're better than all the other guys out there.
No.
Keep your head up, King. You got this.
Mm-hmm.
Richard, anything plug?
No. I encountered that though, Michael, with like the board game thing. There's just so many out there. And then when some person like took my name, that was kind of like the nail in the coffin there.
Yeah. Chase?
I think there's some deals on Gameplay right now. Like I said, Time Easier is like $20 right now on there. I can't remember what else. I know Red Art Games is having a warehouse, not clearance, but a warehouse sale If you're into like imported video games from like I forget where they are, but they're overseas. Those games will work on any Switch or PS4 or PS5 as well because they're doing some PS5 deals. Other than that, yeah, I don't have anything.
Cool.
IGN's having like a figurine sale, like 40% off.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
can get
And
all
they
the
got some
Yu-Gi-Oh!
really nice figurines.
Get your
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Figurines if you like the what are dark magician
Some of
girls.
those are fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Like they got like a dark magician girl for like $200. It's like
You can get all the god card monsters for they're normally $400, and then they got them 40% off right now.
I'm pretty sure real girls cost less than that.
Yeah. But I have nothing to plug. I did start like right after the Nintendo Direct. I started doing a bunch of Zelda content on my personal YouTube channel, but I've been slacking on that, so I'm not going to plug it right now. But anyway, that's all for episode 106 of Next Gen Newsweek. Thank you guys for hanging out with me this morning. It's time for me to finish this genocide run so I can be mad for the rest of the day. As the Squid Sisters say, stay fresh.
This week's episode is brought to you by all of the third-party sellers for Splatoon 3 who slightly altered the game artwork to make it look like semen instead of yellow. Y'all have a great day.